So explain to me how a video saying that TJ went a bit too far is it. Let's go even deeper. Well, let's go even deeper. What did TJ say to Lacey? What were his rebuttals? Well, I told you guys the first one in Ownage Tangents, and I said that I didn't find that convincing. But that'll be addressed in comment 4, so I'm going to move on from that one. Other things that were said were that, well, there was an Ownage video against Ownage videos. I have an entire video dedicated to that. Funnily enough, it's called Ownage Videos Against Ownage Videos. So go look for that. But let's just take out one example of one thing that TJ said and see how it utterly refuted what Lacey said. TJ said something to the effect of, Lacey, what if apologetics was a racist? Would you have defended her then? I don't think you would have. Therefore, you're a hypocrite. Now I'm sorry, but that is absolutely one of the worst arguments I have ever heard. And it really should be obvious why. He used a hypothetical situation, a situation which didn't even happen, in order to then call Lacey a hypocrite. Do you not see how the logic is just completely nonsensical there? The one other one I remember was the one where TJ was addressing Lacey calling him sexist. Now, Lacey simply mentioned this in passing. It wasn't a major point. But TJ seemed to treat it as if it was a major point. And I understand why he'd do that. Sexist is quite a stigmatized label to use. It has a lot of negative connotations, and people would go out of their way to avoid being called that. But you can't tell a woman what offends or doesn't offend their gender. If they find something offensive to their gender, they can call it sexist. And I'm going to make a video at some point in the future called Standards of Sexism and Racism, because we don't treat sexism and racism the same way, but this has a point which ties into that, so I'll address that at the time. But the main point was not that TJ was being sexist, it was that he was being offensive. And now let's move on to the comment without which I wouldn't have made this video. Comment number 4 said this. Speaking of Lacey and the weak-minded audience that TAA referred to being fooled by Lacey's camera angles, don't you see how that is referring to people just like you, i.e. me? I'll put it this way. You remind me of a guy who frequents a strip club, falls in love with a stripper, and convinces himself that the stripper really cares about him and not the money. Seriously, it's sad. Right. Now, I knew that this was going to happen. I knew that people were going to say this to me. I am a member of Lacey's male audience, and I took her side on that particular occasion. So of course people would say that I'm one of those weak-minded people that were fooled by the cleavage and whatever, you know. But there's not even any argument here. There's no reason why I'm specifically this person that is fooled like that. I feel that I need to say something here which I thought I'd never have to say. I thought I'd never have to make this clarification. I said before that me and Lacey were on friendly terms. I consider her a friend. I'm not sure how mutual that is entirely, but that's as far as it goes. Right, I realise that tons and tons of people are interested in her for what's down here. I'm not one of those people, right? I'm not attracted to Lacey in that way. I just want to make that clear right now. And you can fail to believe that. You can still believe that I'm still one of the sheeple that was fooled by these camera tricks and manipulated into believing this and that. But I know the truth, and I don't need validation from you guys. And the fact that you would think so little of me as to actually suggest that I'm like that after everything I've said in my videos, I can't not find that a bit insulting. I may be many things, but first and foremost, I'm a skeptic. What matters to me is the truth. The reason why I'm making these Ownage Tangents videos is because I see through all this stuff. I see through the character assassination. I see through any and all possible tricks that people can use in order to manipulate their audience into believing a certain thing. All that matters to me is the substantial content. If the substantial content sucks, then I will think the argument sucks regardless of how much character assassination and carefully thought out manipulative techniques that are used to try and make me think otherwise. It doesn't work on me. If that sounds all high and mighty, fine. I don't care. And again, how the world twerks, I don't need you to confirm this. I don't need you to validate this and admit that that's the truth. I know that it's the truth, and that's all I need. But all of what I just said actually assumes that what Lacey did, what the whole camera angle thing, the music, whatever, that they actually were all tricks designed to manipulate their audience. Manipulate her audience. So let's put this thing to sleep once and for all. Let's put the final nail in the coffin of this one video smear campaign. First of all, think about exactly how much effect putting certain body parts that yes, some people find ridiculously attractive in a video, how much effect does it have on manipulating someone's thoughts in order to believe what that person is saying? Right, this is going to sound quite blunt, but from what I've seen, people who are actually hypnotized by the cleavage don't actually care about what she has to say. They just say stuff like, oh, we want to see more of that, and take it off and stuff like that. I also want to define Ownage drones, just in case some of you guys don't know what I mean when I say it. When I say Ownage drones, I mean the people that watched the Ownage video and then went to the other video and then left any of the following: comments in which there was just nothing but hatred, comments recycling arguments that were used in the Ownage video and not actually coming up with anything original whatsoever, or just saying something like, oh, this guy or this this person owned you. Pretty much every audience has that. Lacey is no exception, and there will be people in her audience that don't think, that go to other people's videos when she's made a point about someone else and say that kind of stuff. Whether or not there's cleavage in the video won't change that. And let's think about something else as well. Was Lacey actually addressing TJ? No, the video was called The Amazing Atheist Makes Me Sick. It was about TJ. It was talking about him in the third person. If it was directly towards TJ, then I would, for one thing, wonder why she put music in it, and the music thing was a bit weird anyway, I'll give you that. But what I want you guys to do now is watch Lacey's video, Cleavage Gasp. I inferred from that, and if Lacey validates this, then it'll put the whole thing to sleep once and for all, hopefully, that the reason why she uses these camera angles is not to manipulate anyone, but because she doesn't care. But consider this, I also have evidence to back up my position. Did TJ present any evidence? No, he made a wild assumption and everyone bought it instantly. That's not skepticism, and it's just smearing. It's more Ownage Tangents. It's character assassination, like I said. And I just want to finish up by saying this. There were probably a few Ownage Tangents in this video as well. If you guys want me to, I will go through my own video and point out the Ownage Tangents in a later video. I could use it in my kind of Ownage drone series. But I don't mean any offence, and Twerks, I want to thank you for posting these comments, because it did actually help me get a lot of things off my chest. I needed to say a few things which I've been wanting to say for quite a while, and which I think I had to clarify for at least a few months now, so thank you for giving me the opportunity to do that. If you want to respond, of course, you're perfectly welcome to even if it's like in an ownage video where you go absolutely all out and try to own me, that's fine. I don't care. Respond any way you like if you want to. And everyone else, I hope you got something out of this, but thank you for watching anyway. Bye all.